Good morning, everybody. It's time again for a daily technique warm-up routine. Thank you for all the people who are following my technique videos. And I was really surprised to receive such a great feedback on one particular technique exercise. And people are asking for more explanation, which of course I'm happy to help out. It's about one of my older videos that shows an exercise for the right hand contact point and independence training. The contact point of the right hand fingers is a very complex issue. The contact point defines the sound of the note and the characteristics of the tone. And you have to control in every detail how the fingertip attacks the strings in order to obtain the tone that you want of the particular note or phrase. And of course it means that you have to be very flexible with your right hand. You have of course your default position, which is either with an angle or 90 degrees to the strings. But in order to vary your tone, you have to be able to change the hand position. Not only being able to move along the strings from the fretboard to the bridge, which creates different tones of colors, but also within your hand position, changing the contact point in every detail. You should observe how Anelo Desiderio or Zoran Dukic create a fantastic palette of colors. They are masters of the right hand. They don't play with a fixed hand position. They vary and create an incredible palette of colors. Also, the thumb alone has more responsibilities, which has to be trained. But about the thumb I will make a separate video because it's not just plucking the strings. It has to stop the string from vibrating, anticipate position, change contact point to create different colors, and all of that learning not to put the whole hand out of balance. So it is more work for the thumb. So now, in any case, no matter what your default hand position is, we have to be able to control the contact point. And each finger has by nature a slightly different contact point. Either if your contact point is the so-called sweet spot, the spot between flesh and nail. This is a case when you have an angle position, or when you have a more full flesh contact with the hand in 90 degrees to the strings. In both cases, your fingers have to be able to move independently from each other. So, here we are again with our magic word, finger independence. The fingers attack the string and move inside, inward the hands, and then they have to move back. But the movement back to the string has to be also with conscious and an active movement, because we have to return again exactly to our contact point. Here I like what the great Pepe Romero once said. It is like riding a bicycle. And I think the example is brilliant, because the finger has to return to the front side of the string and place the fingertip onto the contact point. And for that, you have to lift just a little bit the fingertip in order to get over the string and back to the contact point. You can see that very clearly with your middle finger. Many teachers say just relax the finger. But it's not enough just to let the finger loose and let him return alone. The middle finger has the major problem with that. So the example for the pedal work of the bicycle is brilliant. Also when you play the Apoyado stroke, but then the whole movement changes quite a bit. For now, we will work only on the free stroke. Now we can see how complex it is to train our right hand finger independence. Once you train your fingers to move correctly, then you will realize that you can relax the fingers better and return correctly to the contact point. So in the end, you will relax your hand and your fingers better. Even when you train now, it will take you a little bit of challenge and strength. So now directly to the exercise. We place all fingers on the respective contact points and on each string. And before we attack the string, we feel first our contact point. Then moving inwards the hand. The finger remains a little bit shortly inside and you focus on the return. Moving the fingers back to the contact point and thinking on the bicycle pedal. As the second part of this exercise, we need to train even exactly that return. It should be even more intensive, the training, because of the extensor muscles that are responsible for that movement. But for this, you can check out my video on extensor training for the right hand, where we train our extensor muscles so that the return movement can be easier. The hard part now is that we have to attack with the index finger and the ring finger together. And here you will encounter the challenge of finger independence. The attack has to be at the same time of both fingers. Also very important is when you attack the middle finger and the thumb. In this exercise, the thumb has to attack in two ways. We only train Apoyado stroke and the picado stroke with the circle movement back to the lower string. Apoyado and picado with the circle movement back to the lower string. Thumb training is a really big issue and it demands more focus. But for now we train to get the thumb in motion together with the middle finger. I'll show it very slow so that you can see all the details I talked about. We practice with no sound. It's better because we really can focus on the mechanical details of the movement and try to feel the contact point on our fingertips. Later you begin training with sound and of course focus on relaxation. Have fun!